Um, and I'm your host, Josh. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the week before race week, which is sometimes I've always struggled with, but I'm getting better at it. I have changed my workouts a little bit in the last 2 weeks. Last week I ran 26 miles. Actually, I did 27 by mistake, I guess. Um, but I guess, yeah, I mean, let's just dive into it. I think if you, there's lots of thinking of, well, when should I rest before race day? So, in my experience, I can just say that I've rested 5 days before, and that was a mistake. I was out of breath, and um, it was like almost like I never ran before or something. So I don't think that was a good idea. And I did that before a marathon. Um, and yeah, it didn't do well for race day. And then I ran a half marathon a day before I was supposed to run a half marathon, which was also a mistake because my legs were heavy. If you know what that means, tired. So and once again, that race did not go well. So I would say for me, what's worked well is doing resting like 3 days before. So don't do any runs or leg workouts before, like 3 days before the race, and that seems to keep your legs fresh for race day, um, and you're not too tired. Now, with that being said, I did mention that that's leg workout, so I do plan on, lifting weights, my for 30 minutes, lifting weights for your upper body, and then I do plan on doing the ab workout on Friday for 30 minutes, 30-minute abs. So, I mean, it's nothing too big. I do some leg work, I guess, with the abs because, you got to lift your feet off the ground to do some ab work, but it's nothing too bad. And my race is not until 6 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. So, I definitely feel like I'll have, plenty of rest before then. And my last workout is going for my legs was Wednesday, so um, that also kind of helps there. So now it's just yeah. So I would say try 3 days. I think 4 days is too much. 5 days definitely too much. A week way too much. And if you're doing leg workouts, a day before or maybe 2 days before, I mean, maybe that's too much. And your legs aren't going to be fresh for race day. Now, let's move on from there. So, I would say most of us runners sign up for these races, to accomplish something, I guess. Also to see what we're made of. The other reason is it's great because you got drop bags. You also have aid stations. So during training, you don't have those aid stations. You don't have drop bags. I mean, you could have drop bags if you have a coach and if you have a team. I guess you could have those things. But for me, I never had any drop bags or I never had a team. So I would say usually race day should be a little bit easier in a sense that you're gonna have these aid stations, and then you're gonna have extra food that you're not used to having, um, which you need to be a little bit smart about, and not to, be a little smart about it. Don't eat stuff that is really not going to be good for you, right? Maybe a hamburger or something, right? If you are having a diet that you've been sticking to. So be careful with the aid stations. I plan on packing a drop bag, and I plan on bringing like a lunch with it. So like I'm gonna put peanut butter in it, bananas, pickles, pretzels, and some more of the Gatorade packets. And that's gonna help me. And they're gonna drop that. I think they got to drop that halfway through the race, so mile 15. So if I want some food, I can get it. Also, they're gonna have food at the aid stations. So usually I pack all my food and I have to carry it the whole way. So last time I ran the 27 miles. Last long run, I had to carry all my food with me, and it gets kind of heavy, I guess, and so that's nice. I'm not gonna have to carry all my food with me with these aid stations. You also don't have to worry about filling your water pack all the way up, which will make you lighter because you got so many aid stations. Or if you pick the race with aid stations, just look to see when these aid stations are, and use common sense for when to fill up your water pack or your water bottle. Okay. So I would say that running 2 times a week has been incredible for me because the last time I was training, I think I ran 4 days a week, maybe even 5 days a week, and I was just ice in my feet, ice in my knees, and which some research shows that icing the muscles kind of slows down the healing process. So you definitely want to read up on that. But yeah, also I'm in the sun more, so my muscles get more heat with the sun, and because it's summertime, right, instead of wintertime, so that could help as well with no injuries. But I think also not running all the time has helped, and it also has kept me from feeling burned out. I mean, sometimes you can get burned out with running so much, right? If you're running 4 days a week, it becomes almost like a chore. So it's been great to have just been running 2 times a week and been able to have your cross training, right? Your lifting weights, your steps, and your sprints. So that's been great to change it up for sure in your ab workouts. So and I remember last time I got really, really skinny. Like I lost a lot of my muscle because I was just running all the time and I wasn't lifting weights. This time I kind of kept my physique, so I didn't lose too much muscle, which is nice. I think. So that's been nice as well. I have been able to live off of water when I ran, but now I feel like you might want to do the 50 milligrams of sodium to like 700 milligrams of water. I believe that helped me during the long runs. Also, I felt the difference between doing that and then not doing that on my long run last week. So I think for the race, I'm going to take like 6 or 7 packets. And each packet has 500 milligrams of sodium. And I'll probably put it in 700 to a liter of water for race day. And I guess I'll need to bring 7 of them because I'll probably be running for 6 to 7 hours. So, yeah, we're going to try that and I'll let you know how it goes. Also, wanted to tell you that I plan on packing the nuts and the pretzels, and then, almonds, cashews, pistachios. You can pack the hip seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna pack those. Then I'm gonna pack pretzels. And that should be easy enough to just grab with my hand and eat. I don't think I ever went over this. I meant to. I remember I talked about freeze dried vegetables, and I tried the freeze dried spinach, but my hands were all sweaty when I used it, and it made all my nuts green, and it made my whole mouth green, my teeth green, my whole hand was green. So I don't think it's a good idea for runners. Even though it has some great stats on it, nutritional facts and everything. It's just kind of hard to eat when you're running and you're trying to get that quick snack. So don't, or I mean you can, but I wouldn't recommend using freeze dried spinach. But I will be using the freeze dried raspberries for my run. And mix that with the nuts and the pretzels. And then the sodium water. Okay, and then the drop bag gonna have the peanut butter, the banana, the pickles, the pretzels, and some more packets if I'm running low. And then obviously change your clothes, your shoes. You can even pack an extra watch, or you can pack an extra flashlight for your head if your battery dies somehow. An extra pair of socks, right? And then extra pair, if you're using headphones or electronic device, you can pack an extra one of those if you want. If it's gonna rain, you could put your bag in a trash bag. You definitely want to put your name on it, your bib number on your bag. Okay, and hopefully they don't lose it or anything. Okay, just think of common sense stuff the day before race day. Anyways, getting distracted here. So yeah, so I would say running 2 days a week has been definitely a change. I like it. If you were to ask me, would I run 3 days a week? I don't know if I would. I guess you could. Yeah, of course you could, but I don't know if it would have helped me or not. I'm sure it would have made me faster a little bit. But I don't know. I seem to have been able to get to race day, and I feel like I'm confident that I can finish the race. If we're just talking about finishing the race, then you've been able to do it with minimum hours spent. For a slow runner, that's pretty good. Also, you don't have to spend all the time icing your legs and your knees and your feet, which is nice, which takes up more time. So I think doing the 2 days is a good idea. With this trial and error podcast here, I would say go for it. And it definitely keeps you from, burning out. So that's pretty awesome as well. Well,